All right, Brian here with VetteSource. Good afternoon, my friends. As usual, we've got another 3H day here in Houston, hot, humid, and horrible. But you can see we've got our 86 project car here in the driveway. For now, was gonna do a video for you today on, we're gonna throw a battery in this thing and see if I can't get it to start, but we're gonna have to push that off. Of course, with the random nature of the salvage business and the car business in general, I've got something else I've got to go grab today that just presented itself as available. So figured we'd take a little road trip. You guys can hang with me while I go grab this other car, an abandoned car, and save it from a cruel fate. So we got all our stuff we need to get out of here, go get the trailer. My trailer's tied up for the moment, so I'm just gonna grab a U-Haul trailer for our trip. But what we'll do is you guys can head out there with me and I'll show you what we're picking up. We're going actually about an hour and a half away out of the city, northwest of the city here. So we will be on the road for a little while. So let me get there on my camera equipment set up, and we'll be back in a second. I'll show you guys where we're heading for. Hang tight. Guys, we're getting off into the country here, where we're getting over to find this abandoned Corvette, see if we can rescue it or if it needs to become part of the perpetual parts inventory, which way we're gonna go with it. Rescue it as far as, you'll see what I'm talking about once we pick it up, or if we decide to dismantle and sell it off in pieces. So we're on our back roads here going into kind of some country area. You can kind of see I'm off the main beat track here. I got probably another 10 or 15 minutes along this back road here. So while I won't film this whole thing, but you can see this is northwest of Houston. Getting out actually to my northwest of the camera here. Our 10 o'clock position is actually going that way towards Austin. So we're kind of going in a northerly direction right now, but just goes to show some of these Corvettes are just hiding out in the middle of nowhere sometimes. So it is funny where they pop up. You know, I've grabbed Corvettes from every conceivable location you can think of, even a chicken coop of all places. So I'm gonna shut down for now. Plus, I don't want to intrude on the owner's privacy as well. So I'll be back with you as soon as I get this car picked up. We'll go from there. See you guys then. All right, guys, we have got our car loaded and ready to go. So I figured give you real quick a walk around of what we actually acquired here and saved. Is this abandoned, sad looking 2004 Corvette 6-speed convertible. It's actually a pretty nice car still. It's been a little mistreated, but it's actually kind of a neat car. It's a cyber gray metallic, not my favorite color. I'm more of a bright colors kind of guy, but the only thing about it that was odd is, yeah, they managed to pull the motor out of it. Now, the story I got was had a mechanic shop, and the guy didn't pay for his bill, and of course the mechanics ended up doing a repossession on it because he couldn't pay the bill, and then decided to scavenge it for parts. So, which seems odd to me, but you know, people do weird things. So a little bit you can see inside that interior there. Full interior still in it, missing the shifter. Of course, had an aftermarket radio. That's okay, I've got an original radio to stick back in there, but we'll see what I want to do with this thing. It is a convertible, it is a 6-speed, and frankly it's begging to have an LSX stuck in this thing because there's really no body damage at all with this. The rockers are clean, everything's pretty clean on it, so we'll see what we end up doing with it, and we'll go from there. So let's get back on the road again. Check out. Oh, the other thing it's got too is it's got heads-up display even. So it's a fairly loaded car. Oh, here we go. Windows down over here, you can see a little bit better. So it's got a heads-up display. The dash isn't cracked. The convertible top's in good shape. So it's kind of a neat thing. So we'll see what I want to do with this. I may just stash it for a while because I definitely don't have time for it right now with all the other projects I've got going. You know, everything else that needs to be done, but it's one that we can just set to the side and see what we want to do. Body side moldings. All right, so we're back on the road again, and we'll finish out this video when we get back towards the house. See you in a second. All right, guys, we're back at our home base here with our project slash parts car. Still haven't decided yet which way we're going to end up having to go with this. A lot of it depends on whether or not the procedure was followed for this car when it was abandoned at the mechanic shop and then sold later, because there's specific requirements. So right now we're in limbo, but you know, even if we end up having to dismantle this thing for parts, there's lots of good stuff on it. And as hard as that is to see that you've got to dismantle some of these for parts, it just goes to show you that without proper legal notifications given, that even when shops end up with cars legally based on what they've had to do, unless they do it with certain notifications and other things, or if the requirements aren't met, then of course the car becomes, unfortunately, a parts car. So we'll just have to see what goes from there. So that'll probably do it for us tonight. We're getting close to dark, and I got the road noise behind me anyway. So I'll be back next week deciding what we're going to do with this poor thing. You know, again, from the parts perspective, there's tons of stuff on this car. So check back with you guys then. Hope everybody has a good weekend, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.